An update, of course, out in Tembisa. Police are maintaining their presence in the township this very morning, and it follows deadly protests yesterday, which claimed 4 lives. Frustrated residents took to the streets to voice their anger over the cost of electricity and rates there, but they also accused Mayor Tanya Campbell of ignoring their concerns. Our reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones joins us live now for the very latest. Pule, good morning to you, colleague. Yesterday when I spoke to Lieutenant Colonel Ekurhuleni, she had advised commuters, residents not to make their way out of their homes for safety, cautioning that there was a volatile situation out in Tembisa. It looks fairly quiet from where you are. What do you see there?
Well, not quite. What we're witnessing here, some of the roads that have been blocked and some of the tires that continue to be burnt here. We actually got into the section here where we were told to actually leave, as it's quite dangerous. But of course, we just wanted to show you just a picture of what is happening here, and the sort of like aftermath of the violent protests that are taking place. Quite correct to say that residents are actually upset that the mayor went MIA on them and not coming to address them on Friday, but only sending delegates of MMCs, and it has quite made them quite angry. The demands on the table are they're calling for a flat rate, and they want Eskom to directly supply them with electricity and not the municipality, because they believe the municipality has imposed their own tariff plans, which is affecting their daily livelihood. So that's just an update on the ground. But for now, as you can see on screen, that's one of the shops that were looted yesterday. We've got you and told that these shops were actually looted by residents as well. So you can just see that not only has this protest turned violent, but also shops are being destroyed, and also which speaks to the township economy now being disrupted. This morning, what we realized here is that residents were actually saying that they were planning again to close some of the roads. It's not that violent, but you can see that the intention of trying to disrupt again is still there until the residents actually, or rather the officials actually come and speak to them. This road has been blocked, and you can see that some of the taxis actually now have to use a different route to actually get onto the other end, and it's just quite chaotic here in this area.
No. And speaking of the incidents that took place yesterday, Pule, we confirming here in eNCA that 4 people were killed during those protests out in Tembisa. What do you understand about the circumstances around those 4 that died yesterday?
What we understand, or what we have established on the ground, is that this was caused as a result of a standoff with the police. We're of the view that this happened at the Mashomong section, which I think just a few minutes away from where I am standing right now. And we're told that the details is currently before the EMPD. I'm also was told, roundly so, that this matter is also currently under investigation into the deaths of these residents. So those are just some of the things that we're witnessing here when we got on the ground. And in terms of taxis operating, we've seen a free flow of taxis actually having to operate, and some of the commuters actually going to work. Some have called for an end onto this protest, saying it's disruptive, but others have vowed to continue, saying it's the only way of having the municipality come down, especially the mayor Tanya Campbell, to try and address them as well, because what we're seeing here is that things are spiraling out of control, and they're just hoping that the relevant authorities actually come and speak to them.
Any word from Tanya Campbell herself so far, just in terms of how they plan to, I suppose, solve the situation at Tembisa with regards to lack of service delivery?
Look, I think it's just a matter of her having to avail herself and speak to the residents. There was a commitment that was made from her office when I was here, I think a week ago, to say they would meet residents on Friday. Come that Friday, they would have a way forward. She didn't come. She sent a delegation of MMCs. That upsetted residents. They say they feel disrespected and that they're not being taken serious. And therefore, as a result, they took to the streets again. So clearly this sends a strong message. And this time around, they've said that they will continue until Tanya comes on Friday, because she's promised to come on Friday. And they're hoping that she can avail herself and address them. But this is what's quite interesting, Dumelo. When I speak to some of the guys within the municipality, I ask them, is the issue of the flat rate actually possible? And they're saying, no, it's not. It's not going to happen. So you can see that already they're going into this negotiations between residents and municipality members, of course, including the mayor not seeing eye to eye, and that of course could see talks breaking down and eventually possessing, or rather showing that there could be a threat to another potential violent protest. And we also saw what was happening at the municipal offices where that was burned, and residents are saying that's a result of them feeling frustrated because they're saying workers who are working there, municipal workers working there, are supposed to address their issues, but in fact they're not doing that, and therefore they resorted to actually burning that municipal structure. But of course that's not something one would be happy about, because now you're burning public services and infrastructure, and therefore this could contribute to the declining of this township as well, because those are services that are used by members of the public. So it will be quite interesting to see what the mayor has to say and what proposed blueprint plan they have for these angry community members here in Tembisa.
Yeah, we'll be tracking, of course, those developments down in Tembisa. And thank you so much, colleague, for keeping us abreast with what's happening this morning.